Okay, let's make sure we're good there. Okay, so we're going through the process of riveting. Once again, we've got to determine what size of rivet that we need to find. We need to work with the sheet metal. We're going to go through the tools real quick. We're going to go through the process of riveting and then what determines a good rivet and a bad rivet. Okay? All right. Okay, so first we decide what size of rivet that we're going to use. So what we have is we've got our two pieces of sheet metal here. How do we determine the diameter of our rivet? Aaron.
Wouldn't you look at the parts list and it would dictate which parts you use?
Okay, wonderful. I don't have a parts list. I got some pieces of sheet metal here. How do I determine the diameter of the rivet? Say again?
The drill.
No?
The bit.
No, because once I get the rivet size, that's going to give me my drill bit size. Yes?
Well, you got the rivet gauge to measure that.
So I've got my thickness of my sheet metal here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to apply some math. Good? So if I've got 0.032, 0.032, that's going to go with length. We're going to go with multiply. Okay? So what we do is we take the thickness of one piece and multiply it by 3. Good?
Yeah.
Now you remember. We're going to take the thickness of that, multiply it by 3. We come up with a 0.096. And now I need to find the diameter. So if I'm looking for the diameter, what increment is that in? Is that in a 32nd or a 16th?
30 seconds.
32nd, good. We multiply that by 32. Good. And we come up with, there's a calculator. We come up with 3.0
Zero.
72? Good. All right, we'll go with 7.2. Good.
I got this.
Wonderful. We round up or round down? Round up. Good. Which means we're going to have a 470-4 rivet. Okay? So that's going to be the diameter of rivet that we're going to work with right now. Any questions about that? Wonderful. Now I need to know the length of the rivet that we're going to be working with. Okay? What's this measurement that we have right down here?
1.5D.
1.5D, which means if we're working with the diameter and it's 1.5D, this is why we have to find the diameter first, because I'm multiplying it by here. Good? Trey, you good with that? Wonderful. 32 thousandths? 32 thousandths, 32 thousandths? Good? You got the calculator? Add those two together.
Add what?
Good. Give me multiply 1.5 times 4/32 or 1/8. Okay. Give me 1.
I did it.
Do 1 divided by 8.
Okay.
1 divided by 8 times.
Hold on. That did Okay. Okay.
Give me 1 divided by 8 times 1.5. Good. Plus 0.064. What do we come up with? 0.2515. Now we need to find the 16ths. Okay, so we're going to multiply this by 16. Good. In order to find the length, what do we come up with? 4.024. And this is one that it's okay to just drop that last off. So now what we end up with is a 470 4-4. Once again, this 4 was what? The diameter, good. And that 4, the last 4, is the what? The length, good. Does anybody have any questions on how to find? So once again, we struggle just a little bit. The diameter is found by the thickest piece of sheet metal times 3. Okay? And that will give us the diameter of that rivet. Okay? In good situations, yes, we can just pull it up off the paper, and that is going to tell us, in other words, our spec order or our engineering order, that's going to tell us the size of rivet. But otherwise, multiply that by 3. Good? Okay. So now what we need to do is we need to rivet this piece here. I'm gonna change the color just a little bit. So now when we rivet it, we've got that right there. What is that portion called? Shop head, good. So what we have is we've got now a shop head. What is the measurement of that shop head?
1.5.
Good. Which way? There to there, 1.5.
And then 0.5.
1.5, which one's here?
0.5.
0.5, good. So this is a 0.5 measurement and this is 1.5, good. 0.5 measurement of what? Diameter, good. 1.5 measurement of diameter, good. So we're still working with the diameter and everything there. Good. Any questions about that? Wonderful. So now what we have is I've got a 4-4 rivet, okay? I've got a 4-4 rivet. I'm going to put that 4-4 rivet in there so it now sticks through. Any rivet set work?
No.
No? What rivet set do I need?
A dash for
A -4 rivet set. So I need the -4 rivet set. Safety glasses, I want to slap some safety glasses on there. Check the air pressure. Is that good?
Yeah.
That sounds good. Because all we're going to do is we're just going to pop it, and that's going to be it. Okay? All right, now, what kind of rivet are we working with?
or dash for
What kind of rivet are we working with? So I know the measurements, I know the length and everything. Good, I got a button head, I got a universal head. Okay? Now, we're...
I was about to say, what do you do with the bucket bar?
I need a bucking bar. I'm like this. I'm guns. I can do it with just. I can do it without a bucking bar. Okay. What? Sure, I can. I could do it.
You do anything
Okay.
you want. And
Okay. So if I'm holding this like this and like this, I got to be square to it, right?
yes.
What if I'm just trying to buck it like this or rivet it like this? Is it still going to do it? But what do we have a chance of? Slipping from one side to the other side. Okay. So what happens if I take it and I tip it up from one side? What does it create?
You're
You're
gonna
gonna dent the rivet.
Okay, it's going to dent the rivet. Okay. So when it comes down to the universal rivets, working with these, you need to be putting it here, and you need to pay more attention to this side. Okay? If we've got our countersunk rivets or the 427 rivets, I'm going to pay more attention to the bucking bar side because it's a flat piece that we're actually riveting. Okay? So when we rivet this, do I want to take it and do I want to just and keep on going? No. It's just going to be a pop, pop, and that's all we're going to do. I'm going to look at it. Good. We ready to do it again? And I'm going to look at it. Good? That's all we need to do. Any questions about that? Because it's just a pop, pop. What happens if I over rivet it?
It's gonna be flat,
It's going to be flat, then what?
and you're gonna have to take it out.
So, it's easy to rivet, it's difficult to unrivet.
Yes.
That's why it's just pop, look at it, pop it again. Okay? And that's all we want to do. Any questions about that? All right, who's up? And you got safety glasses on. Wonderful. Now you can do it left-handed, right-handed? Right-handed? Okay. So you want your rivet gun on your right side? That's okay. We'll flip it around the other way. Rivet back that way. And that's it. So once again, thank you. Nice. And once again, all we're doing is we're going back to the measurements here. What is that? What is that measurement? 1.5. What's the measurement? 0.5. That's all we want to do, and we're going to take it, we're going to look at it, and we're going to gauge it. Okay? And then if we have to, we rivet it down just a little bit more. Any questions about that? Okay, so what we went through is the process of applying a rivet, which means determine what size of rivet we need. And we determine the size of rivet by?
Thickness times 3.
Good, thickness times 3, okay? What if I had a 32 thousandths and a 20 thousandths?
Take the 32,000.
32 thousandths, good, so it's gonna be thickest. So thickness times 3, that's what we're gonna work with. And then what do we do with the length?
You add the two thicknesses together.
Good, we add all the materials and then
1.5.
1.5D, wonderful. So then in the process of riveting, we're gonna make sure that everything is level, everything is even. We're not gonna tip it up, we're not gonna do it, and then we're just gonna pop it, and then that's gonna be it. Good? Any questions about that? Wonderful. Okay, let's go to work.
Was it recording?